ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now ETN to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A give, it's ETN off the option. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
ETN once more. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping it air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Play action. It's Lawrence. Calvin Ridley. That is caught. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their 1st-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Palmer going in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Trayvon Walker able to record his 5th sack of the season. A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
They go play action with Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 9. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. They work now on 2nd and 9. Herbert. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Agnew now to return. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's a give to Etienne. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 3rd down gain of 19.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Etienne with it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it, not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This is 2nd and 8. Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now Lawrence.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars!
Travis Etienne
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 21-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception, capping the drive.
Breaks through the contact.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
High throw, but the catch is made.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. and they get one here in the passing game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To the air again, Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he returns this to the 22. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Nico Collins.
31 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, Justin Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
So we've come to halftime after a
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
They keep it on the ground with Spiller.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Spiller.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Out of the gun, a give to Spiller.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Out to his left. And this one is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
First mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 37, here's a second down and 4. Herbert now. Underneath to Spiller.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Herbert on third down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this play? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Spiller going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
No gain on the play that time, but it sets up second and goal.
Again, it's Spiller.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Isaiah Spiller.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
In motion right is Ridley. On second down, Etienne once more.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
He's got this complete to Ridley.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Another toe for Etienne.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Finding Allen.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Throwing, Herbert. Give him another one right back to Allen.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Herbert going to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And Allen's going to have a Chargers first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Herbert's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
3rd down and 13.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pitching it out to Etienne.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Jaguars up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a